So Samsung recently announced their flagship devices at the Unpacked event, the Galaxy Z Flip 4, the Z Fold 4 and the Watch 5 Pro. And if you want to know more about them, you can check out my recent videos on them. But today we are not going to talk about those devices, rather the next big thing, the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now here are two bad news and one good news. Let me start with the first bad news, the battery upgrade. Well, hey, we know that Samsung can do better, but sometimes companies are like this, that they don't want to do something better than what they did last time. Samsung will use a 5000 mAh battery just like the S20 Ultra, S21 Ultra or even the S22 Ultra inside the S23 Ultra according to Ice Universe. Now I know the 5000 mAh battery isn't so small and it is not so bad either, but the problem is Samsung has phones that have like 7000 or 6000 mAh batteries. So just think about this way, if Samsung managed to put a 6000 mAh battery inside the S23 Ultra just by making it a little bit thicker, people wouldn't complain as much. I mean, no one wanna have a camera bump, rather they wanna have a bigger battery. So Samsung, if you're listening, just do it. But I know that they're not listening anyway. But that's not the only bad news. You know, one of the things that I'm expecting but that is not leaked is a faster charging. Well, we have the 45 watt fast charging, we have the 25 watt charging from Samsung, but none of them are great. They're all good. The 25 watt and the 45 watt doesn't even have a difference that much. All I'm expecting with the S23 Ultra is a better charging solution. Like, do something about it. Higher wattage charging is needed. And the other bad news is actually inside the camera. Well, and we know that it will have a 200 megapixel camera. I have a recent video on that, you can check out that one. But according to Galaxy Club, this is for the third time Samsung is going to equip its top tier flagship phone S Ultra series device with a 10 megapixel 10x periscope zoom camera alongside another 3x telephoto zoom camera. Now the 3x zoom camera doesn't really matter. The periscope zoom camera is what we're going to talk about, right? Now Samsung knows it pretty well that there is not a big competition if you look at the periscope zoom systems in the flagship world. I mean, there is hardly any companies that are competing with Samsung in this regard at the very least. So just like the Flip 4 and the Fold 4, Samsung will again not gonna try hard. Now here's the thing, Apple will jump into the periscope zoom camera system next year, and that too with a 5x lens. Maybe Samsung that time will upgrade it to something bigger, and we want that. But sadly, if you are expecting the S23 Ultra will just straight out gonna disappoint you. I want a little better improvement in the periscope zoom department. Like, what Samsung gonna do this year then? Well, one thing that at least Samsung will do, or maybe you can say Qualcomm will do, is to make a good, or probably I should say a crazy chip in the form of a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So you may not have heard this thing, but Samsung is actually preparing for something real big with the Exynos team. But that's a different thing because Samsung is preparing for an Exynos made only for Galaxy phones. So that's going to be a little different of a thing, but Samsung needs time for that. And for that reason only, Samsung might just even not gonna make a Exynos chip this year, or at least not gonna put inside a Galaxy flagship. But that's still kind of not fixed at this moment, so we will have to keep an eye on that. You can subscribe this channel for that. But what at the very least it will pack is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Now, according to Digital Chat Station, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 SoC has an unusual CPU configuration, like literally unusual. It will have one Cortex X3 core, which is an insane upgrade from the Cortex X1 cores, and it will also have two Cortex A720 cores, two Cortex A710 cores, and three Cortex A510 cores. Now on top of that, it will come with Adreno 740 GPU, and this is probably this first Android chip to have all these much cores. Like what? It is so crazy. Now TSMC will also fabricate the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on a 4nm process node, and if you don't know, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 or 8 Plus Gen 1 is also based on 4nm process node, so that's it. And on top of that, it will probably have some other upgrades too, but we don't know about them. We will slowly get to know. But I think the center of attention would be the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and the 200 megapixel camera. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And just before the outro, if you want to check out some of the coolest wallpapers on the market, then definitely click the link in the description below, or just simply visit my website joindavid.com, where you're gonna find a lot more tech news and stuffs that matter. So definitely visit my website. Until the next one, bye and take care.